The phone trembled in my hand, its screen glowing like a confession in the dark. "Where are you?" I typed, but the words sat there, lifeless, mocking me from the text box. Ellie's location, once a steady pulse on my map, had vanished hours ago. She'd turned it off. "Stop checking my location, Sam," she had said last week, her voice sharp, unfamiliar. "It's controlling." So I stopped. I promised myself I trusted her. But now, at 2 a.m., with her side of the bed cold and untouched, trust felt like a blade twisting in my gut. The apartment was too quiet, the kind of quiet that screams. The fridge hummed faintly, a low drone syncing with my racing heart. I paced the living room, bare feet sticking to the hardwood. Every step a reminder of our life here. Plants she'd named, framed photos, the coffee stain on the rug we'd laugh about. I tried calling her again. Straight to voicemail. Her recorded laugh, months old, taunted me from the outgoing message. I hung up before it could finish. 3 years. Ellie and I had been together 3 years. Late night talks, shared playlists, promises whispered beneath blankets. She was sunlight, messy, radiant, impossible to hold on to. I loved her for it, even when it scared me. Lately, though, something had shifted. She came home late, perfume faintly mixed with cigarette smoke. Her phone was always face down now, notifications silenced. When I asked, she smiled, kissed my forehead, and said, "Work's just crazy, babe." I wanted to believe her. I did, until tonight. It started with a text, not from her, but her best friend, Mara. At 11 p.m., my phone buzzed. "Is Ellie with you?" My stomach dropped. Mara didn't know where she was either. I called. I texted. Waited. Nothing. By midnight, I was scrolling through her social media, checking old posts for clues. Her last update, a cryptic quote, at 8 p.m., "Sometimes you have to let go to hold on." Let go of what? Of me? I sank onto the couch, leather creaking under my weight. The faint scent of her lavender lotion lingered, a ghost of her presence. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe she was at a bar with co-workers, phone dead. Maybe she'd stayed at Mara's after an argument I didn't know about. But the excuses rang hollow, lies I told myself to avoid breaking. I opened the map app again, half hoping her would reappear. The screen stared back at me, empty. The first red flag had come a month ago. Dinner, a small Italian place with checkered tablecloths and candlelight flickering like secrets. She was distracted, twirling pasta she barely touched. "You okay?" I asked. She nodded, eyes darting to her phone, buzzing on the table. She flipped it over too fast. "Just work," she said, but the smile was tight, holding something back. I didn't push. I should have. Then came the late nights. Client meetings, she called them, her tone breezy, grabbing her keys. But something felt off. She'd come home with her hair mussed, lipstick smudged, laughter too bright, as if convincing both of us that everything was fine. I'd lie awake, listening to her breathing, wondering why it sounded like a stranger's. I crossed to the window. The city outside blurred into neon and shadows, streetlights casting jagged lines across the pavement. I pressed my forehead to glass, cold biting into my skin. Where was she? And worse, who was she with? My phone buzzed. A text from Mara. She just called. She's fine. Said she's at a work thing. Don't worry. Relief washed over me, thin and brittle. A work thing. At 2 a.m., I texted back. Where? No reply. I called Mara voicemail. The silence pressed against my chest, suffocating. I grabbed my jacket, leather creaking as I pulled it on. I couldn't stay trapped in the apartment with her absence. I needed answers. The elevator ride down was a blur, mirrored walls reflecting a man I barely recognized, bloodshot eyes, tight jaw, trembling hands. The night air hit like a slap. The city pulsed around me, loud and chaotic. I walked directionless, just needing to move. Streets teemed with late-night wanderers, drunk laughter, car horns, clattering bodega shutters. I passed a bar glowing amber and froze. Through the glass, there she was, Ellie, hair catching the light in auburn curls, leaning across the table, Hand on someone's arm. A man, broad-shouldered, dark hair, face half hidden in shadow. She laughed, head thrown back the way she used to laugh with me. I was rooted to the sidewalk, breath shallow. I wanted to storm in, demand answers, but my body wouldn't move. I watched, a voyeur to my own heartbreak. His hand brushed hers. She didn't pull away. The world tilted, air too thick to breathe. Eventually, she stood, slipping on her coat. They walked out together, her arm through his. I ducked into an alley, heart pounding like a drum. They stopped under a streetlight. She looked up at him, soft, unguarded. Then she kissed him, not a peck, but slow, deliberate, carving a hole in my chest. I wanted to scream, to shatter the moment, but I was paralyzed. She pulled back, smiling, and they walked away, her laughter echoing down the street. I slid down against a brick wall, palms scraping the rough texture, knees buckling. Cold seeped through my jeans. The betrayal wasn't just a kiss. It was the ease, the way she looked at him as if he were her world. Had she ever looked at me that way? I thought of every moment I'd rationalize her late nights, silences, turned off location. I trusted her, loved her, built my life around her, and she'd been slipping away, piece by piece, while I convinced myself it was nothing. I don't remember walking home, but I was back in the apartment, silence louder than ever. I sat on the couch, replaying that kiss until it burned behind my eyes. Part of me wanted to confront her, scream until the truth spilled out. Another part, the part that still loved her, was terrified. What if she admitted it? What if she didn't? The door clicked at 4 a.m. Her footsteps were soft, cautious, aware of the floorboards betraying her. "Sam," she called, voice tinged with worry. Maybe guilt. I didn't answer. She stepped into the living room, coat still on, cheeks flushed from the cold. Or him. "You're up," she said, forcing a smile. "Got caught up at work. I'm so sorry." I looked at her, really looked, searching for the woman I thought I knew. Her eyes darted away. The lie, the crack in her facade, was plain. I could have confronted her, told her I saw her, saw them, but the words wouldn't come. Instead, "You turned off your location." Her smile faltered. "I told you it's controlling. I need space, Sam. Space." The word hit like a punch. I nodded, throat tight. She kissed my cheek, cold, and went to bed, leaving me alone with the truth she didn't know I knew. I sat until dawn, the city waking outside, while everything I believed in crumbled inside. The twist came later, making coffee. Her phone buzzed on the counter. A notification from him. "Miss you already." My hand shook as I opened the thread. Months of flirty, intimate, undeniable messages. But the last one froze me. I told my wife, I'm leaving her. We can be together now. Ellie wasn't just cheating. She was the other woman. The realization hit like a freight train. She wasn't just breaking my heart. She was breaking someone else's too. Coffee dripped onto the floor as the weight of betrayal settled into my bones. I didn't know what to do next, but one thing was certain. The life we built was a lie.